Habari Ghani, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This is Mr. Bonone, and I'm going to show you some math right now, some comparing fractions. Let me bring this camera a little bit up. Here we're going to be comparing fractions. On the left side, we have fractions with the same numerator, and then on the right side, we have fractions with the same denominator. And these are some symbols. This is a little key right here. But this is a key right here to let you know what these symbols represent. When the alligator mouth, a lot of kids like to call this an alligator mouth, is going towards the left, it is the greater than sign. Equal sign we already know. And when a number is larger, but on the right side, this is the less than sign. It also kind of looks like an L if you rotate it down. So, put some eyeballs in these alligators. I know you could probably do some better alligators. On this side, the left side, we have 1/2 and 1/4, or 1/4 and 1/2. Now, out of time, I'm going to look at some of these fraction bars that I have right here. Now, we've known how to make wholes, then cut it into halves, then cut halves in half again to make fourths. And if you make fourths and cut those in half, you make eighths. This is also a good routine to be practicing at home. So then you could do it on your own when you need to compare fractions. But when we have the same numerator, which is the top number, and it is the same, the denominator that is the smallest will actually be larger. So for example, 1/2. Let's look at 1/2 right here. Okay? And then if we look at 1/4, 1/4 is only right here. And that is because if the numerator is the same, the denominator actually has less pieces to make one whole. For halves, you only need 2 pieces, so those 2 pieces are going to be larger. And for the fourths, you need 4 pieces to be the same size as one whole, so those pieces are going to be smaller. So if I was to do this, I already know 1/2 is larger than 1/4, so the alligator mouth is just going to eat the 1/2 in both of these situations. But the way that I read it is a little bit different. Over here we have 1/2 is greater than 1/4. But over here, 1/4 is first. So we say 1/4 is less than 1/2. And I could draw with fraction bars. Start with my whole. This is 1/1. I could start then with my halves. I cut this in half. This is half. This is half. And then I can make halves again. Cut those in halves. And these are all fourths. Okay? So if I compare it, now I have a visual. This is a half. That's a fourth. I can see 1/2 is larger. On this side, we're going to be focusing on fractions when the denominator is the same, the bottom number, which also tells us how many parts make one whole. So let's check it out. This is a little bit easier. 2/4, and let's say 3/4. I'm going to write it again like this. 3/4, 2/4. I can look down here. The denominators are the same this time. It takes 4 equal parts to make each whole. So I'm going to look down here. 3/4 is 1, 2, 3. But we can see that 2/4 is only 1, 2. Once again, I'm going to draw it over here on the board so then you can see. I like to just start off with my whole, 1/1. I'm going to make fourths. And I'm going to start with making it a half. And then making fourths like that. So this is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Then under that, I'm going to make another bar that has fourths, and then I could just compare them. And this is evidence, right? This is proof to show what I'm talking about. So when showing evidence, this is how you show evidence. 1/4, 1/4. Okay? So I have 2/4 right here. That's 2/4. And then I have 3/4. 1, 2, 3. So we can see that when the denominator is the same, the numerator that has a bigger numerator, the fraction that has a larger numerator, is going to be actually greater. So 3/4 is greater. So the alligator mouth has to eat the 3/4. This sentence would say 2/4 is less than 3/4. This would say 3/4 is greater than 2/4, and I have evidence to prove. All right. So I hope that you got a lot in this lesson. This is comparing fractions using these symbols. I know my key does not look the best, but I know you're not judging because you're all kind people. Review this because this is really important, especially showing your evidence. All right, this is Mr. Bonhomme. Peace.